My name is Paul Turner from the UK, and I've got the UK tribe with me today. I'm just going to introduce myself, and then I'll let these two fantastic ladies introduce themselves. The idea of this hangout, we just want to show you in eDigital Wealth ways that we've used to get into momentum and get your standard six. Remember, I'll explain more when we start officially about your standard six, why it's important. Okay, so I've called out the A team to come and help me, because it's always better when you get more than one voice explaining stuff. So why don't we start with Sarah? Do you just want to I didn't start with me. My name's Paul Turner. I live in the UK in a place called Grantham. Thanks to my online business, I'm 2 weeks away to the day I'm moving down to Cornwall, which is a fantastic part of the UK, all thanks to the online business, okay? It's been a 13-year-long dream, so thankfully it's happened. I'm married, one grown-up son, and I do this full-time from my little computer here. Absolutely love it, and it's my hope to help lots and lots of other people do it as well. So over to Sarah.
Hi, my name is Sarah Jane Cruikshank, and I'm based down in Essex in the UK. I'm a full-time mum. I'm happily married. I've got two little ones, age 3 and 5 now, and a 16-year-old stepdaughter. I work from home, being a full-time mum around school runs and things, and I've managed to create an income online that means that I don't have to go back and work for anybody else. So I've got complete time freedom with my children to go and pick them up and do school stuff with them and work as well. So it's working out very well.
Fantastic. And over to you, Samantha.
Hi, I'm Samantha Charles. I'm from Malvern in Worcestershire in the UK. Until recently, I was a midwife doing nights on call and weekends and Christmas Day and all of that. And although I loved it, it was very difficult to have a nice, normal family life. So I started working online about a year ago, and thanks to my online business, I am now full-time online, not working for anybody else ever again. I've doubled the income that I was earning as a midwife. So what I'm earning now is double that at least. I've got 4 children. I'm a single parent. My 2 younger children are still at home, who are 7 and 12, and I've got 2 boys in their 20s who have left home, and I am enjoying a life of freedom.
Fantastic. What's great about having Sam and Sarah on, like what Sarah said, she's stay-at-home mum with 2 small kids. That you'll probably hear Harriet very soon.
Yeah, she's around.
You know, and somehow Sarah manages to fit it in. So she's a shining example. And Samantha, the great thing about Samantha, her claim to fame. Sam, when did you start this online marketing journey?
I started online marketing in September 2015.
So,
yeah.
Year anniversary, and Sam won't tell you because she's modest, but Sam actually got to the #1 on a global recruiting leaderboard in one of the businesses that she's involved with, okay? And then has just come in and ripped it up, and in 6 days, I think you made $1,000 inside eDigital Wealth, right?
Yeah, now it's my 7th day since joining eDigital Wealth today, and I've now made $1,100 already.
Possible.
In $50 commissions.
In $50 commissions. So
it's not one person I brought in, it's a mixture of people that I've brought in and plus-ups and check matches.
Check match, coded commissions and check match, which is why we love it. Okay, so let's talk very briefly. You should have seen the comp plan, okay, guys? You should know that the idea is to get your standard 6, they call it. Recruit 1, that qualifies you for your coded commissions down multiple levels, okay, down unlimited levels. Get another one, that gives you your check match, okay, which is where, I love it because I make money while I sleep. I was out eating yesterday. I made money while I was eating because the team that I'm building beneath me are out producing, okay, as in they are marketing every day. They are building their business every day. And I want to make it very, very clear. You have to do marketing consistently. I was going to say daily, but consistently. It depends on the time you've got. Now, again, Sarah makes a full-time income. She hasn't got time, okay? And Sarah manages to fit it in somehow with 2 small kids, husband self-employed, and I know, you have to do all these books and everything. So, guys, it's just a case of getting it done, right? You just have to get it done every day. Consistency pays off. So get your first one, get your second one. Now, you need then to get 6, and that gives you all your pass-ups out of the way, okay? But also, if you get 6 in 30 days, which is what we want to try and give you some pointers on here today in this hangout, you can get more pass-ups past your 6 people. So people that are below you, when they get more than 6, they're number 11, 16, 21, you're qualified to receive those coded commissions, those pass-ups as well. And we're going to start off, I guess, talking about momentum, okay? I was on a hangout with Sarah yesterday, and Sarah brought up something that I always used to teach. So Sarah, why don't you explain, so it's not just my voice all the time, why don't you explain about momentum and the car?
Okay, the story that's always kind of stuck out to me and made me realise how important it is one that you actually taught us, Paul, which was about it. You've got to imagine business like you're pushing a car up a hill. It's really hard to work at first. You really are struggling, you're pushing, you don't feel like you're getting anywhere, and you think this is just crazy. But as you start to get to the top of the hill, you know, your car starts to get momentum, and it just suddenly starts to go by itself, and you've done it. You've got over that really hard, you know, level, and you know you're free rolling then, you know. And that's what it's like in business. You know, that pushing up a hill could last, you know, it could last a week, it could last a couple of months, could last 6 months, but you have to go through that before you hit the top and you start free rolling. And that's where most people quit. You've got to remember that, you know, every push you make, you're getting a little bit closer to the top of that hill. So I always look at it like that, and I think, yeah, I'm so close now to just getting over that top edge and just going for it, you know. And that's where people have to keep going until they start to free roll. And when you start free rolling, you can't stop it. It's just incredible.
Thanks, Sarah. So anything to add to that, Sam?
Yeah, totally agree with that. You just have to really, really go for it at the beginning of any opportunity, and then keep that momentum going. Sometimes it feels like the car is slipping backwards, and then you're going backwards, and you think, oh my God, I'm going backwards. But you have to just keep pushing. Totally agree. And it's absolutely true that you will find as well, when you start a new income stream or business, that the effort you put in before with other businesses pays off here as well, because you've built relationships, you've already done some of the groundwork with whatever you do in the future, because you worked hard.
Consistency. I'll give you another quick example very briefly. If you go to YouTube and you look for footage of, say, Apollo rockets taking off and things like that, they often kind of show you it in slow motion. And what happens is you see the sparks at the bottom. That's like, hey, yeah, I'm going to get involved in this business. It looks good. And then there's all this massive explosion, okay, and there's flames and smoke and stuff. And there's all this work going on, and the rocket hardly moves. It just sort of stays there. And that's how it feels in the early days. Now, a lot of people give up. I hope that's not going to be you. They're doing all this work, and after a couple of days, they go, oh, it's not really working. Or the amount of people I speak to that go, you know, I'm struggling, Paul. And I say, well, really, you know, how's it going then? What's happening? Well, I spoke to this one guy. One guy? Who else? Well, no, just him. And he said that he knew somebody that was involved in something like this, and it doesn't work. Oh, okay, bye. I haven't got, you know, I'm sorry, I haven't got time to, I'm not here to convince anybody. But the rocket, all that flame explosion, nothing happens. The rocket's sort of just really sort of laughing at it. But then all of a sudden it starts to move really slowly. Okay, and you notice all the explosions and everything gets focused, and the fire and the stuff coming out the bottom. Okay, and then the rocket's moving, and as it leaves the Earth's gravity, it gets faster and faster and faster, until all it needs is little thruster rockets to give it a boost in the right direction now and again, and it just floats around the planet. That is this, guys. And I can tell you now, a lot of people watching this will not put the effort in at the start that they need to get all that explosion and smoke going, okay? Or push the car up the hill, etc. But like Sarah said, once you get it moving, basically it's difficult to stop it. Not to saying, like Sam brought up, you won't get the odd hurdle where the car goes backwards because you're in a pothole or something. Happens to us all, any business. Just being truthful with you, okay? I'm telling you now. So when you contact us and say, well, I've had a problem, we can say, do you remember on that hangout when we said there will be problems? Sometimes the company will make mistakes. It happens. Sometimes one of the people you bring in will make a mistake, and guess what? Sometimes you'll make a mistake. If you can't live with it, you shouldn't be in business. Sorry, being honest. So what sort of people are we looking for to get our standard 6? We want you to get your 6 as quick as possible. We call it conversion rate. Okay, people that you talk to, you know, percentage signed up, that's your conversion rate. How do we increase the conversion rate? Well, there's 2 ways of doing it. One, you can just go and talk to everybody on the planet. And out of everybody on the planet, it's just a numbers game. Somebody's just going to either feel sorry for you and say, yeah, I'll join you. or they're going to go, yeah, I've seen it, I've seen the video, I'm in, I'll do anything, I'm in. That's quite extreme to one side. And then at the other side, you've got people that know, like, and trust you because you built a relationship with them, and you could literally just say, hey, Bill, I'm doing this, and they'll join you, okay? That's the other extreme. Both of them are not that common, okay? And we're coming here from the point of view that you're probably new to this. So let's talk about the sort of people that you're really looking for. Over to you. Who wants to go first?
I would just say that really what you want is you want people that have got a little bit of drive in them. You want people that are going to see this, learn it for themselves, and, you know, go off and create their own teams, build their own businesses out of it. You don't really want people that are going to sort of sit back and go, well, you do everything for me because I don't know what I'm doing of. You want people that, you know, have seen it, they understand the power of it, and, you know, they want to build their own businesses as well, because that's when you start to get your check matches, your pass ups. You know, it's no good just recruiting hundreds and hundreds of people that are only ever going to, you know, recruit one person, because I think it's really going to get momentum for you. You need to go and find, like, leaders, really. So you need to promote it in a way where you're sort of saying, look, serious people only, please. I need to work with people that, you know, want to work this business. Don't just try and sign up everybody because you want to get, like, you know, you want to say, oh, I signed up 100 today, because, you know, it's quality, not quantity, really, with something like this.
I totally agree, and it's some of that, it comes from positioning. When you said, like, you want leaders there, I know that some people are watching this now going, I can't approach a leader, I'm down here, I'm new, okay? So we're going to talk to you about inviting, okay? We're going to talk about that, so stick with us, we'll show you a way you can do that, okay? Sam, what sort of people do you think we're looking for from your point of view?
Yeah, totally agree with Sarah. I think for this to really work for people, they need to be looking for people that are action takers, people that are coachable, people that are willing to learn. They don't necessarily have to be leaders already, to my mind, but they have to be people that are willing to take action, who are willing, like Sarah says, to actually do something, not just sit back. You're not going to get everybody like that, obviously. People will want to join you who then do nothing, but, you know, you need to really try to find people that you can see are already taking action online in some way or another, if you can.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to give you some resources, maybe under this or in this video. We'll talk about some resources. One of the resources that you should absolutely go and look at is a guy called Ray Higdon. Higdon. If you've not heard of Ray Higdon, if you're totally new, if you've been around the industry, you'll know. But if you're totally new, go and search on Google for Ray Higdon, okay? There's a few people kind of at the top of the tree, okay? And he is one of those that are at the top, okay? He's now left MLM, so there's no conflict of interest because he focuses on teaching. I actually had the privilege of going to see him speak Manchester a few weeks ago, met him, shook his hand, didn't get it there, but I was an affiliate for one of his wife's products, so I got a nice mug and a pen, okay? But he said, he told us outright, he said, listen guys, the best of the best will sponsor about 30% of the people they speak to. That is their conversion rate. The best of the best get 7 no's for 3 yeses. I am not the best of the best. Okay, hands up, not. So I don't expect to get 3 out of 10. Now sometimes I get 8 or 9 out of 10, okay, and then sometimes I'll go for 2 weeks and speak to a lot of people and get nothing. So I'm probably averaging about 2 out of 10 overall, okay, and that is just a reality check. When you're going out looking for these people, I know what it's like, especially if you're new. I spoke to 10 people, nobody signed up, and in the early days nobody's going to sign up, probably. If you get one straight away, hats off to you, that's great, and you should celebrate. But don't get carried away and think that the next 10 are going to all sign up, okay? I'm just, again, I don't want to put anybody off, but I think it's better to be honest, don't you two?
Definitely.
They've never seen me like
you know
this.
what you let yourselves in for.
And also, you know, on you, sorry, I'm echoing. If you are new, as you say, your conversion rates are going to be lower, and as you gain more experience, and also you've built these relationships that I was talking about before, with people that you know. You may not have worked together before, or you may have worked together before, but when you've already got that relationship, then the conversion rate goes through the roof then. So that's, I think, you know, a place to start to improve that. But it is normal. We all have people say no to us. That's absolutely fine. You know, whatever you're doing is not necessarily going to be right for everybody, and that's absolutely fine.
The other thing that you might find as well, which sometimes when you're quite new to the industry, it can come as a bit of a kick in the teeth, is when you've spoke to somebody and you've gotten to that stage where they're just about to join, and then you have that final conversation, say, are you ready to get started? And then you find out they've gone and joined somebody else's team. Now that is going to happen because people are attracted to different sorts of people for different sorts of reasons. Don't take it personally. It might just be that that person had a better relationship with somebody else that they were talking to. Even though you've kind of been chatting to them and stuff like that, when it first happens, you do feel like, oh, I can't believe it. I've put in all that effort with that person. They've gone and joined somebody else. But it's just the way of the world. I mean, I've personally done it myself. I've looked at businesses before and I've spoke to lots of people that were involved, and I've suddenly found somebody that I actually really resonate with, and that's the person that I've gone and joined, because everybody is so different and you need to find somebody that, you know, you can compliment as well as they compliment you. So that could happen as well, and it feels a bit like, oh, I don't believe it, but at the end of the day, you know, there's somebody for everybody. It's like a marriage, I suppose. You've got to find the people that you can relate to and you can work with, and then the relationship between you as a working couple and a working group actually is stronger because you've found somebody that you really can get on with, and that makes you a stronger bond for the future as well. So just be aware that that sometimes does happen, and we all go through it. I mean, I think Paul's lost out to people because they've joined with me.
I lost out to you.
Yeah. So, you know, that happens. You know, you sort of think to yourself, well, why didn't they join that person? They're going to join me. Wow. It's because they connect with you. And, you know, you're going to have to go through that stage as well. So just be aware of that.
So we've given you the bad news. Now let me give you the good news.
Yeah.
If you convert 1 in 10, you can speak to 10 people a day. With Facebook, social media, people you know, if you want to go down that route, you can speak to 10 people a day. So that's the good news. What doesn't happen is you tend not to speak to like 10 people a day and you get a sign up every day in the early days. Remember what we said about momentum, okay? Building the momentum, pushing the car. How many times do you need to see something before you make a decision to buy? I'm guessing it's not the first time in general. Unless you maybe get the right person, and it does happen. It happens to me. You know, I had somebody yesterday, they saw it for the first time as a result of a video I did. I actually did a Facebook Live. They saw me, they'd seen me around a bit before, and they said, what's this thing you're doing? Send me the link, and they joined straight away. I mean, they didn't have time to even check out the compensation plan. So they just joined, you know, which I don't advise. You should at least check out
well,
what it is.
They trusted you because they've been watching stuff you've done, I guess.
Exactly. So, you know, speak to your 5 people a day, 10 people a day on Facebook. We'll talk a bit more about that, no doubt, in a minute. But, you know, it takes time to develop that relationship, especially if you're new. So you speak to somebody here, they join here. And then that person you spoke to the day after joins there. And then that person joins there. And this is the pushing the car bit. I'm doing all the work, building the relationships, reaching out to people, doing the videos that people are watching, and we'll give you a tip on how to get more views in a minute. Okay, so we're doing all that good stuff, but nobody's joining. No, they join over there. And that's when the car starts getting easier. Okay, and this is what people don't understand. Guys, we've never talked like this, have we? This is like honest. This is just like raw and honest.
It reminds me of that thing I've done on one of my videos about the mums outside the school gates.
Yeah.
You know, your child starts a new school and you're outside the school gates, and if you know you're completely new and you walk up to one of the other parents and say, "Hi, let's go for coffee now," and they're like backing away, you know. But actually, if you say hello the first few days, hi, hello, and then, you know, you have a little chat, and then as the days and weeks go by, you have more little chats, and you say to them, hey, how would you like to go for coffee today? And they'll say, yeah, I'd love to. And it's exactly the same online. You have to build that trust, that relationship, and then people want to be with you, don't they?
Definitely, yep.
They do, absolutely. So, the sort of people you want. The sort of people you want, people like you is a good one. They don't necessarily have to be like you, but if I'm looking at somebody's timeline on Facebook or Instagram feed or LinkedIn profile, or wherever you go to find them. And I'm a Facebook guy. I love Facebook. I'll just say that now. But I can look at somebody's Facebook timeline and know where they went on holiday, what they had for dinner, what pets they've got, if they're married, if they've got kids. You can see generally, you know, how old they are. You get all that good stuff. Okay. So I can look at them. Now, if I'm looking at a guy who's in his 40s, been trying to make it in business for a while, you know, just needs a bit of guidance, needs a bit of help, needs a bit of support. Okay, probably plays guitar like I do badly. There's a ton of guys like me that are slightly overweight, balding, grew up in the 80s, got Star Wars picture up on the wall or something, you know, that like Star Wars, always dreamt of playing guitar, being a rock god, never quite really got there. You know, there's a ton of us, okay? So there's lots and lots of people out there like me. There's also a lot of people out there that want to make money online. The magic for me is in the crossover. And they don't have to be my age. They don't have to have grown up in the 80s, but it's that sort of person, okay? You also get people that, so when I look at the timeline, sorry, if I see a 19-year-old guy in the Bronx in America with his baseball cap turned the wrong way around, okay, he's into rap music. Sorry, I mean, I don't know if you can see, but I've got Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, ZZ Top. You know, if he's got gangster rap all over his timeline, we're probably not going to have a lot to talk about, and it's probably going to be blooming hard work. And I don't need to be working hard. Okay, it should be fun. It is fun. So also you get people in transition, like maybe they're in a company already and it's closed down, or they've changed the comp plan, or they're in a job that they hate and they've just lost their job. Okay, and people at a point of breakthrough where they're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, where they've just had enough and they can't get up. My breakthrough came, I used to work as an area manager, I used to be out on the road, and I came to us one day and they said, what we want you to do, guys, is we want you to be on your area for 9 o'clock in the morning and then not leave before 5 o'clock and then come home. Ideally, you should be there till 6 and then come home, but at 5 at the earliest. So I'm like, my area is 3 hours away. And? So you want me to leave at 6 in the morning, drive 3 hours, okay, do a full day's work, and then drive home to get home at the earliest at 8 o'clock at night, but you really want me to get home at 9 o'clock at night? Yeah. Bye. Sign up for that. That's when I started to get really serious, and I said, you know what? I'm going to get that training, or whatever it tells me to do, I'm just going to do it, no question asked. That was my breaking point. I dabbled before, but that got me to the point where he said, you know what, I'm just going to listen to what this tells me to do, okay? And I found somebody to follow, and the rest is history, okay? So that's the people that you're looking for, people that are just in transition, point of breakthrough, or just somebody that like you, and you can have a good chat with them and get on. Anything you guys want to add to that?
The other thing I just thought of as well was that with regards to the momentum thing, you'll be surprised how many people are just sitting back and watching you. And they could be watching you for weeks, for months, or even a year, and you don't even know that they're there and they're watching your posts, and suddenly, out of the blue, they'll just turn and say, I've been watching you for about a year online, and I see that you're doing really well now. I'm very interested in what you've got to offer. Let's talk. And you think, where did this person come from? But there are people, that's why you have to be consistent online and keep posting and keep doing it, because you don't know who's watching. Say you've got like 2,000 friends on Facebook. You've got no idea which ones of those 2,000 are looking at every single post that you do and just not saying anything. There's people on Facebook that are voyeurs, I suppose, that would just come in, they will look, but they will never like, comment, and share. They will never post anything themselves, but they are still there. They're eyeballs on your opportunity. So you have to be aware. That's why you have to be consistent, so they constantly see what you're doing. And it takes some people a long time to see something before they'll commit to anything. So you have to bear that in mind as well, that, you might feel like you're not getting anywhere, but in the background, you could have, 15, 20 people all sitting there ready to join, just waiting for the right moment for them.
And if they say no, just remember something I wanted to say earlier, I forgot. This is your posture. I'm sure you've all, you're watching this, I'm sure you've experienced going to a restaurant or a cafe or diner or whatever, and the waiter or waitress has said, do you want a coffee after your meal? And you said no. They don't go in the kitchen and cry after.
But also, what can happen is, after you've had your meal, so that, this is a thing I do in restaurants, because, when you order your dessert, they ask you if you want coffee after, and I always say, I don't know yet. But a lot of people will say yes or no at that point, and they'll say no. But actually, after they've had their dessert, they might actually say, do you know what? I think I will have a coffee after all, because they didn't know how they were going to feel till later.
Exactly. Good point. So you never burn bridges. I always keep my relationships going with
Don't
people.
get upset with people for saying no. Don't blow them out. Don't be, like, oh, they said no. Maintain that friendship and that relationship, because it might just be that whatever opportunity you were talking to them about at the time wasn't right for them, but they really like you. And then later on down the line, something else you might be doing might be right for them. So
it might just be bad timing as well.
Exactly.
It might just be not the right time for that person.
Yeah.
I've looked at things before and it's just not been the right time for me. I've had something going on in my life that I just can't do it even though I wanted to. But then suddenly the right time comes along and that's when they go, right, I'm ready. And you can't predict that. You can't make them ready. They have to be ready for, it has to be their time.
And also, if you're watching this, you're in a good team because we've got the right culture here. We've got great people in. We're sharing our experience. I was going to say wisdom, but it's just experience, guys. We learnt it. All three of us here. We're no different to you. We just took it, ran with it, worked hard, and it happens. And now it's a lot easier now than it was when we started, right? So you can definitely do it. And when these people are seeing you produce, even if they said no, it happens to me every month. Somebody comes to me that have said no to me in the past, and they come. And it's really funny how people work. Is like, I don't want to do that. Is it one of those schemes or whatever? I don't want to do that. And then they see you doing well, and they go, I've always believed in you. And I'm ready to work with you.
Yeah.
So okay, let's get into some meat because we need to sort of wrap this up soon because I'm going to go. So we talked about the sort of people, things that can go wrong, things that can go right. It's in your control to speak to 10 people a day. If you recruit one person a day and you want to recruit 6 people, you need to speak to 10 people a day. And when I say 10 people a day, something I should point out, I guess, is that we talked about building relationships. That doesn't mean 10 fresh people every day. Maybe 5 fresh and 5 people that you've spoken to before to build the relationship. So if we talk about active and passive marketing now, active and passive marketing is like hunting and fishing. So let's talk about what that means. If I'm a hunter, I can pretty much guarantee I'm going to eat tonight because I can go and I can take my rifle and I can keep going until I find something that I want to shoot and eat. And I can shoot it and I can take it home and I can cook it. Okay? That's hunting. We actively go after the prize. We go after it. Now, a fisherman goes, sets all his umbrella up and his little chair and gets his flask of coffee or whatever and sits at the riverbank and goes, oh, isn't this lovely? And he's just waiting for a fish to come and bite. So he puts the bait out and he waits for a fish to come and bite. And sometimes he doesn't catch anything. And sometimes he catches a little tiddler. And sometimes he wins and he catches a whale and he can't even reel it in. Okay? That's the difference, guys. I know that I want to eat tonight. So I go active and I go out and make conversations with people. Okay? It doesn't mean they'll sign up with me today, but I know I'm like pushing the car. I'm setting up, relationships with people. Hey, how's it going? And I think we'll do a specific training on this. We'll put a link underneath this one or whatever because there's an hour-long training I did just on that, okay? But fishing, the fisherman can be doing something else while the rod's in the water, right? It doesn't have to be working all the time. He could leave the fishing rod, go out for the day, come back, and then maybe have a ton of fish on the end of the line, okay? Or if you use a net, you can catch a lot of people. So there's room for both, and you should be doing both, okay? So why don't we talk a little bit about what should we do? Should we talk about passive marketing first? What sort of things do you do, Sarah, for passive marketing?
Right, well, we do have in our group Eric Green, who's an incredible copywriter. He makes us some incredible swipe copy that we can post onto social media. So you don't even have to think about that. That's very much like a copy and paste, put it on your wall and just see if you get a bite with that. So that's a very good thing. You can put that on Facebook, you can put it on Instagram, all the sort of social media sites, and you can just throw that out there, sit back and just see if somebody bites and asks for information, and then you can, talk to them. You can start posting in groups. The thing with posting in groups is it's quite time consuming, and you are in a sea of spam and pitching and all sorts of things. So, you know, the more likely that you are to get a buy it is reduced. You need to be very clever when you're posting groups. You need to be offering something that's a little bit unique, or giving them a free gift or something to get them to come to you. So there, I would say, are the passive things, is just to post constantly on Facebook and ask people to contact you for information. And then you sit back and you wait for that message or comment to say, can I hear some more information about that, please? I'd say that was passive. And that's what I do a lot of. Because at the time, it's a time thing. I can post everything throughout the day. I can sit back a little bit, and then as people ask me for information, that's when I can go and, you know, deal with those people. So.
And Sarah, how many sign-ups have you had from doing YouTube videos?
Since I started YouTube about 2 years ago. I actually started it for my Jeunesse business, because I was doing before and after product videos, that sort of thing. And 75% of my Jeunesse team that I built came to me via YouTube. So YouTube is very, very powerful, and I saw the potential in YouTube because it's a free way to advertise as well. So I taught myself by going on to YouTube and learning how to make videos, learning how to use iMovie, and I thought, right, there's a market in this. I taught myself how to do videos, so every week I try and post a video, whether it's a training, whether it's talking about the latest company I'm in, whether it's just me goofing around and being stupid. I try and keep that going, and I've built up quite a big subscriber list. And you can also earn money from YouTube. You can put an advert on your YouTube and you can earn money. So it's another income stream. But I'd say just in Exodus alone, I think 5 of my team came to me because they'd seen a YouTube video and it was me talking about Exodus, and they thought, oh, she seems like a nice girl, I can understand what she's saying, I think I could work with her, and they've contacted me. And with EDW as well, I think there's 2 people that have joined me because I posted a video on YouTube about EDW, and there wasn't much on YouTube already about EDW, so I've had 2 join me by YouTube. So YouTube to me works because I love it, I enjoy it, I love making videos, so that's my point of passion, I guess. That's why I think I excel in it, because I do enjoy what I'm doing. You need to find something that you enjoy and you like to do and you're comfortable doing, and that seems to be the one that would work for you the most.
Okay, fantastic. Sam, what do you do for passive marketing?
I'm also active on YouTube, not as active as Sarah. I don't have as much experience of video making, but I do post regular videos on YouTube as well. Like you say, trainings, free trainings about things that people really need, and then I put them on YouTube, and then I share them to all the other social media platforms as well. I've had a sign up for Exodus via a YouTube video, somebody I didn't know at all. In fact, I had to hunt her down via her email address to try and get her to connect with me on Facebook so that I could give her some more training after she joined. I'm also somebody that likes to make sure that whatever I post on Facebook, be it, like you say, funny, there's a lot of viral little video clips out there that it's brilliant to just share those. You know, all the cute cat and dog ones and all the funny little kid ones and just all of those. It doesn't have to be you going on about your business all the time. What you want to do is you want people to see something on your timeline, be it on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever it is. You want people to see that and click on it and watch it, because then they're going to see your other stuff because they've engaged with you. So you don't just have to put out posts that are talking about your business. In fact, that's quite off-putting. So passive marketing is not spam, 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 spam on your wall, on your social media wall. What it is getting people to get to know you and like you and engage with you. That's all it is. And mixed in with that, there'll be the odd business post. But also those business posts need to be done in such a way that they are also not spam. Here's my link, here's my link, here's my link. They have to be something funny, or you've made a good graphic, you know, you're just getting some interest. And like you say, Sarah, Eric in our team, who writes all our copy for our media campaigns, comes up with some great stuff. They're either funny or a little bit controversial, but whatever they are, they kind of make people take notice, and you can add some fun graphics. I've had quite a bit of success with LinkedIn lately, which I've been using more and more. I think it's like Facebook for business. It also has some amazing groups, in massive groups with like 250,000 people in and things like that. They less want to see the funny cat videos on there. I don't tend to put funny cat videos or baby videos on there. I tend to just do more, what people like there is they like the inspirational, you know, photos, and they also like free training or blog posts that you can share that you've seen that somebody else has put, you know, about marketing, or one of your own, if you write a blog about marketing or training. People on LinkedIn really like that, giving people lots of value mixed in with a few of your business posts. I tend to use an auto poster called Buffer, not for Facebook, because Facebook like to hide your posts if you use an auto poster. But what I tend to do is I tend to post stuff on Facebook and then I'll just copy it onto Buffer, and then that will automatically post the same content in a kind of queue. I set up a queue to all the other social media platforms that I want to share them to, and that saves a lot of time. And just, you know, some thing about you and your life, not just sharing viral videos and funny pictures, but something about you as well sometimes is really important, I think, so that you're a human being. You know, a funny photo that you've done, or something nice about you and your family, or, you know, all of that is really important too. That's also passive marketing, because you're building relationships.
What people like, guys, is people don't join a business, they join people. End of. And some of you are sat here going, oh, there's nothing interesting about me. Guess what? That means there are a lot of people like you out there that think there's nothing interesting about them, and they'll be attracted to anything you're doing. The good news is you can share team results if you have no results of your own. You can share team stories if you have no stories of your own. And guess what? Sometimes I just used to go for a walk around where I live, you know, take a picture of, like, we've got a thing called the Conduit, we've got a thing called the Market Cross here, it's old, you know, and in America they haven't got as much history as we have, so people are like, wow, where's, you know, and it creates a lot of content. If I put a picture of a guitar up, you know, in the past, and got a lot, I put jokes up, and people, who wants to work with a miserable son of a,
yeah,
right? So I put jokes up, and people, they make people groan, they're terrible, but they get a reaction. Okay, and it's just being me. I tell bad jokes. Sorry, shoot me. So listen, guys, I need to wrap this up because I've got to go. We're having, with regards to moving to Cornwall, we're having a family meal in sooner than I'd like to tell you.
In about 17 minutes.
So we talked about things you can do for passive marketing. I just want to say, listen, you don't have to master Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Okay, if you are new, decide you're going to do one thing. For me, it was Facebook. Okay, you know, Sarah started off on YouTube. I know Sam started on Facebook. She copied what we did. Remember what I said about breaking point? Listen, I'm just willing to listen and copy and tell me what they do for now. That's what Sam did. Okay, and it's paid off big time. Okay, so don't try and reinvent the wheel. Something I can recommend you do. Any training you think you need, you can search on YouTube. You'll find some. The better trainings are always the paid ones. I'm just being honest with you. I've invested thousands in myself, and we'll put some links to some resources under here. And we'll probably do a follow-up one, okay, if we need to. But we really wanted to sort of set the ground for you, set the tone. You need to produce. You need to be marketing every day. You know, we've talked about passive in more detail than active, but active is just going out and making a friend, and that's covered in a training that I'm going to put below here. Copy people that are successful. We call it modeling in something I do, okay? But you want to model, not necessarily copy word for word. You want to model what people that have got a result you want, you model them, okay? So if they're doing YouTube and all the people that have got what you want, i.e. success online, are doing YouTube or doing Facebook Live videos. Facebook Live we didn't talk about. Oh my God, Facebook Live videos. Facebook builds an audience for you.
It's really
important. An audience for you. Mm. Nobody can say, oh, I don't have anybody to talk to. Do a Facebook Live. So if you're sat now, I know some of you going, oh, I don't want to be on video, get over it. If you want the results that the people that, you know, if you want the results that they're getting and they're all doing video, guess what? You didn't want to drive a car at one point because it seemed scary. You didn't want to ride a bike at one point because it seemed scary. When you were young, you didn't want to walk because you kept falling over, but you kept trying because the pull of wanting to walk was greater than the fear of falling over. Same with riding the bike. Same with learning to drive. Oh, I don't know where there's all this stuff to do. I don't know, I can't cope. But you carried on because you want to learn to drive and get around. Same with this. You're probably feeling, some of you now, like a rabbit in headlights. Okay? But hopefully the vision that you've got for bettering your life is stronger than the fear of maybe doing a video or maybe coming up with something to write on Facebook. But you can copy and paste Eric Green's stuff anyway, like we said. You know, and the resources you need are all out there. They're all out there. You can ask your sponsor, and if your sponsor doesn't know, they can probably hook you up with somebody else. Okay? There's YouTube and Google. Do a search. You know, how to get over fear of doing video. You can search for that, and I know there's posts on it because I've sent people it. Okay, there's trainings like this that we've done for you. Okay, there's the products inside EDW to help you. You know, there's the stuff we're putting under here to help you. You can go and copy Ray Higdon, a guy called Robert Hollis. Go and search for him. He's created 47 Millionaires. Awesome guy. Speak to him every week. He's fantastic. Very proactive. Eric Worre, get a book called Go Pro by Eric Worre. The audio version is on YouTube for free. Probably shouldn't be, but it is. Okay, so listen guys, I'm really sorry I've got to run. Sam, Sarah, can't thank you enough for doing this for everybody, because we don't have to do this, but hopefully it will help, and we want to help you because it's the right thing to do, but also, guess what, check match. So, so with that said guys, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
And if you're watching this, wish you the very best of luck, okay? There's no reason why you can't win with this and get your 6 in 30 days.
Excellent. Bye, everyone.
Bye.